Have you ever found yourself wondering if your crush might be an introvert? In a world that often celebrates extroversion, introverted traits can be easily overlooked or misunderstood. However, recognizing these subtle signs can be key to building a deeper connection with someone who might be more reserved. In this video, we're going to explore 8 subtle signs that your crush could be an introvert. By understanding these traits, you can approach your relationship with greater empathy and insight, helping to bridge the gap between you and your crush. 1. They don't initiate conversations. Introverts often prefer to observe and listen rather than jump into conversations. They may not initiate conversations, especially in group settings, as they find comfort in being approached instead. This doesn't mean they're disinterested, it's simply their way of managing social energy. Think about the times you've been with your crush at a social event. If you notice that they don't often start conversations but respond thoughtfully when you do, it could be a sign they're an introvert. They might be waiting for you to make the first move, preferring to engage when they feel more comfortable. 2. They prefer listening over talking. Introverts are known for being excellent listeners. They absorb what others say, often reflecting deeply before responding. This trait allows them to build meaningful connections, as they focus on understanding others rather than just sharing their own thoughts. Imagine you're sharing a personal story with your crush, and you notice that they're giving you their full attention, nodding along, and perhaps asking follow-up questions. This level of engagement shows that they value what you're saying, even if they don't share much about themselves in return. 3. They're more expressive online. Introverts often find it easier to express themselves through written communication. Online, they have the time and space to think about their responses, leading to more open and expressive conversations. You might find that your crush is more talkative in texts or messages than in person. If your crush sends long, thoughtful messages or shares more about their interests and feelings when texting, it's likely because they feel more comfortable communicating this way. 4. They remember small details. Introverts tend to be highly observant, often picking up on small details that others might overlook. They remember things that matter to them, whether it's your favorite book, a story you once told, or even a random fact you mentioned in passing. If your crush recalls something small you mentioned weeks ago, like a favorite movie or a childhood memory, it's a sign they've been paying close attention. This attentiveness is a hallmark of an introvert's thoughtful nature. 5. They value alone time. Introverts recharge by spending time alone. They might need solitude after social interactions to process their thoughts and regain energy. This need for alone time doesn't mean they're uninterested in you, it's simply part of their personality. If your crush occasionally declines invitations to hang out because they need a quiet night in, respect their need for personal space. It's likely they value your company but also need time to themselves to feel balanced. A scene showing a character happily spending time alone, reading a book or engaging in a hobby, followed by a refreshed and re-energized interaction with others. 6. They avoid small talk. Introverts typically dislike small talk, finding it superficial and draining. They prefer deeper, more meaningful conversations about topics that truly interest them. If your crush tends to steer clear of casual chit-chat, it might be because they're seeking a more significant connection. Notice if your crush tends to skip the usual small talk and dive straight into discussing hobbies, passions, or thought-provoking topics. This indicates that they value depth in conversations, a common trait among introverts. 7. They have a small circle of friends. Introverts usually maintain a close-knit group of friends rather than a large social circle. They value deep, lasting relationships and are selective about who they spend their time with. If your crush has just a few close friends, it's likely because they prioritize quality over quantity in their relationships. If you notice that your crush hangs out with a consistent group of close friends and isn't overly interested in expanding their social circle, this is a clear sign of introversion. An animation of a character surrounded by a small, tight-knit group of friends, emphasizing their close connections. 8. They're self-aware and reflective. Introverts often spend a lot of time in their own heads, reflecting on their experiences, thoughts, and feelings. This introspection makes them highly self-aware and often more in tune with their emotions and motivations. If your crush frequently talks about their personal growth, their thoughts on life, or seems very in touch with their emotions, it's a sign of their reflective nature, common among introverts. So, does your crush display any of these signs? If so, they might be an introvert. Understanding these traits can help you connect with them on a more meaningful level, fostering a deeper relationship based on empathy and respect. Remember, introverts have a lot to offer in relationships. They're thoughtful, caring, and highly attuned to those they care about. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might also be curious about introverted traits. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights into relationships and human behavior. And if you've noticed any of these signs in your crush, share your experiences in the comments below.